Good morning, everybody. For those who don't know, my name is Michael DeLuccia. I've been asked, I have no idea why the church has asked me to do this, because it is not my forte. But I'm here to ask you about the appeal for the Archdiocese appeal. It is important. You know, we all have family. I can look around the room, I see children, I see adults, I see teenagers, and that is truly important. And the Archdiocese is the greater family. The church as a whole is even greater. But, you know, I come from a nice Italian family, and I have my 6 children, and I have my grandchildren. But I also have aunts and well, I don't have many left, but I do have a lot of cousins left. I do have one aunt and one cousin. I mean, one aunt and one uncle left. We're a greater family, and the church needs our support. They need our help. They need us to volunteer to do things, and they need our money. I'm not here to tell you how much to give. I'm only here to tell you that the church as a whole, and the Archdiocese of Boston, does so much. They're trying to build vibrant parishes. Not parishes that are dead and don't do anything and don't look for anything, but vibrant parishes. They're looking to build that, but it takes funds to do that. It takes funds for us to do that for us. They're looking to grow our faith. For those who don't come here because it's an obligation, those who come here because they're in love with Jesus Christ, those who come here because they want to develop a greater faith than they had yesterday. These are the people that we're trying to help grow. We're trying to reach out to those who don't come here for that reason, and to show them that this is important. We're trying to help those who are in need as a diocese. Reaching out to help the poverty, the downtrodden. They do so much. There was a time in my life when I would go to Catholic Charities and work with them to help people not to have an abortion so that they could get into adopting their children because they had nobody. There was a time when there were people that were in my life because of addiction who were so poor that they couldn't stay sober in the terms of it. And the church reached out to help them, and they still do that today. There was a time when people couldn't afford housing, and I went to them and asked them about helping them, and they found housing for them. Our church does an awful lot for the needy and the poor, the same that it did for us. When we had the fire downstairs, it was the Archdiocese that pulled us up so we didn't have to close this building. It was the Archdiocese that paid all the extra that the insurance company wouldn't pay. It was the Archdiocese that supported us. It's the Archdiocese that is trying to get priests to come here. It is the Archdiocese that is trying to grow vocations and formations so that we can have a priest. That when we want to increase our faith, that there would be a priest here to help us. And they've always come true. We need to educate our children. A lot of people want to be able to send their kids to Catholic schools because they feel as though there's a greater faith in it, or there's a better education, or whatever reason that they want to send them here. The Archdiocese supplies us with that. They support those schools. Parishes support those schools. The people who go there support those schools. I have grandchildren in there, and they even send me grandparent donations. Pamphlets, you know, to give them money for my granddaughter. It's important that we do this. There's all, we got to pay for administration and, all them other costs that go along. We're not alone. We're not here by ourselves. We're not part of the archdiocese. We don't care what the archdiocese do. We are family. We come here because we're family. We belong to this family. We belong to this archdiocese. This is the greater family. We belong to Catholicism as our way of believing in Jesus Christ and our way that we live. They do their best as far as I know. I don't know too many people. This is my thing. I'm here. I come to this parish because I love you, because I like being here. If you come early like I come early, I walk around and say hi to everybody. I try to do service in this parish. Or they probably wouldn't have asked me to do this. Usually, though, they ask like an engineer, a CEO of some place, or, some management person, somebody who has money. They'll usually ask the poor to come up and ask the poor to give. Sounds like St. Francis, doesn't it? It sounds like Jesus. We do owe our gratitude to this archdiocese. We owe our gratitude. Let's not forget that. And today, the reading in the gospel, when I was praying early this morning and asking God to give me the words He would have me speak, He said in the gospel, and I read the gospel 4 or 5 times. In it says, "This is my son. Do what he says." I'm not telling you how much to give. I'm not asking you to give any great amount. What I'm asking you to do is to pray. Ask Jesus what you should give. And please, don't say, "Dear Jesus, that's too much. I can't do that." Because that was the first thing I said when I heard that prayer this morning. Don't do that. That is not what we do. It's usually that first thought that comes into our head. That's not always, but usually while we're in that state of prayer. That is what we will do. My wife and I have committed that we cannot commit anything without sacrificing something else. I don't know about your finances. That's none of my business. But everything that my wife and I want to give, we have to sacrifice something else. Because God gives us enough, doesn't give us plenty. I know about the pressure that everybody puts on us, and please don't feel as though that's what I'm trying to do. I am not trying to put pressure on you to be a greater giver than you want to be. That is not what the church wants. That's not what the message that Jesus Christ gives to us. But please, take time and pray and see what God would have you give. Our church here, our church as a whole, gives me an opportunity to develop my spirituality. And I would like to keep that intact. I know I can't afford this alone. That I need your help to do this so that I can grow. And hopefully that you can grow. And that you want to grow. And so, if I had gone through everything that all the literature that they gave me, I want to tell you this, about what the Archdiocese does, I would have just stood here and read off volumes, because I went online to find out and everything. They gave me a month to prepare this. And I don't really write it all down, I just wrote some notes. It is important. Please do not forget that. God bless each and every one.